What's up, guys? Hope all is well with everybody this weekend. Just gonna do a quick video today about some random stuff, some recent pickups, and then I have a huge Griffey upgrade that I'm gonna finally show that I've had for a little bit. But I'll just show you some of this stuff, and we'll get to that at the end. First one, just this one. I've had it for a little bit, but since Rose passed, I went through some stuff and saw it. So this is the prism, the red prism with the cracked ice. It kind of looks like shattered glass, you know, but same card that Shane's building a huge collection of, the base, and I think he has a couple of these, but this is the one I got. So when I ran across it, since, you know, we've been talking about him, I figured I would pull that one out today and show it. Dan with Old Sarge Collects made an awesome VR for me the other day for the giveaway, and showed a bunch of his favorite Biggio cards, which was super cool. So I figured I would pull this one out. But this is the 88 score traded glossy rookie of Biggio. So I have the glossy in a 9. I have lots of Biggio and Bagwell stuff that, you know, I'm sure I'll be showing at some point, but yeah. So that's his best card. It's really, really impossible to get a 10. They didn't cut any of these centered, so even the 10s are off centered, and there's a couple of them out there, but I have a 9 in the glossy, so that's a special card to me, since he's, you know, one of the guys here in Houston that was, you know, he was our first Hall of Famer actually, and then Bagwell followed him later. So that's a super cool card. So shout out to Dan. That was a really, really cool video he made. I really appreciate that. And I have been working on getting everything put together for that giveaway, which is going to be super cool and super fun this next week. These next ones are all Ricky Henderson. This is a throw-in someone gave me with something I bought. So, but I mean, it's a modern Donruss, but there's something, you know, that picture is just really cool. So I thought, hey, I'll just keep it. Nothing like a freebie. Also, this one. This is the 2023 Platinum Anniversary Refractor. So you can see refractor there. So this is a refractor of Henderson. That's a really good shine, especially on that border. You know, it's the 54 design with the 3 borders, which I'll never understand, but hey, that's a cool card. So yeah, keeping that. Looks very, very cool. I like that. I really appreciate that guy for throwing in extras. And the last one is another one of these Black Friday cards I've been showing you. Picked up a new one. It has a ding corner. The seller wouldn't take responsibility for it, even though it was in the holder and it was obviously like that before. But yeah, you can't find these, so they're numbered at $1.99, but you just never see them up for sale. So I'm just gonna keep it. But if you just look at it straight on, this card is awesome. If you don't pay attention and I don't show you the angle that the corner would show you, it just looks like a great card. So it's beautiful. Obviously, when he stole 939, held the base up. Yes, he said he was the greatest of all time, but he was just trying to be like Muhammad Ali, and everybody loves Muhammad Ali for saying it, but everybody hated him for saying it, but I'll never understand that kind of thing. But yeah, that's a beautiful card. I love the shine on these. It's a great image. So yeah, it's a keeper. If I ever find another one, maybe I'll upgrade it if it's not outrageously expensive, but those are kind of tough cards. So there's a little trifecta of Ricky there. So that's pretty cool. This other one isn't really a recent pickup, but I came across it and I figured I'd show it. But it's kind of a Broder type card, but it's a promo from Profiles in Sports from the Atlanta National a long time ago. But it's this one. So Premier Edition profile, Nolan Ryan. I just think it's neat. You know, way before all these foils and stuff were like this on cards, this was kind of considered cheesy, and of course still is, but you know, not rare, but just, you know, something you don't see every day. So I enjoy that. I figured I would put it out here. This next one you've seen on my giveaway, but I did order 5 of these, so obviously I'm keeping one. 50-50's never been done before, so that's a cool Shohei card just to have that. And then next up, Sosa, my boy, 2002. Right there, Topps Gold label. I collect anything with Sosa doing the home run hop, and I didn't have this one. I'm sure there's other ones I don't have, but kind of a recent pickup, super cheap, but it's got some really good shine. He obviously just cranked one and, you know, doing the hop, about to run around the bases. So those are cool cards, totally obviously different than each other, but all recent to semi-recent pickups. These next couple are a couple of semi-recent pickups for my guys in weird uniforms collection. If you haven't seen that video, I made a video on most of my stuff like that, but I got the 2010 Jim Edmonds Topps, but I got the black version, so it's all blacked out. I just thought with the Reds uniform and the Reds logo with the red and black, this blacked out version just looks super cool. It's really weird to see him in the Reds uniform right there at the end, which is the whole point of this collection. But that's that one. And I got the new one, the 2024 Topps Chrome, Joey Votto. Now, he never really even played with them, but he signed with them. They made a card. I got this shimmer refractor. It's a beautiful card too, but there's Votto in his Blue Jays uniform. Of course, he's a Canadian, but kind of ironic because he's a Reds guy, and we got Edmonds with the Reds over here. Neither of these guys are known for these teams, but a couple of cool cards for my guys in strange uniforms collection. These next couple are super awesome. I never had gotten any of these, so I picked up a couple of them pretty recently. These are a Stadium Club from 1998, and they had inserts called Royal Court, and they are just gorgeous. There's the Bagwell. Look at these things, man. The design and the shine, just so cool. Got the medieval motif going on with the Royal Court. You know, you can see it says King of Clout for him. But man, those inserts are fantastic. Royal Court. Just beautiful cards. Really beautiful cards. And of course I got the Ripken. His is King of the Streak. You can see the back there. But look at that. Just gorgeous cards. Royal Court. I don't believe I ever had any of these. I certainly never pulled any of them. But I finally pulled the trigger on a couple of my favorite guys because they are just super beautiful. So really, really like those pickups. Even better in hand than I thought they would be, honestly. Next 3 of these are semi-Mets related, so shout out to Mookie Chilson. Congrats to those guys. Hopefully they can make it to the World Series and give us another Subway Series. Greg and his dad's Yankees got there last night, so congrats to the Yankees. They did an awesome job. They've had a phenomenal year, and I'm hoping for a Subway Series, but the Dodgers are tough. But this one here is cool. I've never had this one. It's another one of those World Series matchup cards, and these always have a crease around the jersey. That's just the way they were made. But the jersey here is of Nolan Ryan, and it's a World Series matchup, so it's Ryan and Brooks Robinson. But the jersey here is actually of Ryan from his Mets days. So it's not only game used, it's game used real early in his career in his Mets days. Of course, I wouldn't trust any of this stuff nowadays, but this card has been around a while when they used to kind of have integrity on this kind of thing. But classic World Series matchups. Nolan Ryan, Brooks Robinson with the Mets Ryan jersey. So I really, really like that one. Finally got it in. Another one is the number to 50. This one's 11 of 50. Doc Gooden. You can see that 11 of 50 there at the top. But this is that awesome image of him tossing up the ball. This is the blue full parallel, which once again, we saw one of these the other day. But this one, you know, being a match, color match with the Mets blue and it being limited to 50. This is definitely the one I wanted of this. Just a gorgeous image. And as a lot of you know, a similar image taken split second from that was the 1985 Donruss box panels rookie card. And these are pretty scarce. They're impossible to find nice. That's the back. This card is as close to gem mint as you can come. Finally, I mean, I've been looking for years to find a copy of this card that I wanted to buy. Most of them are no good. But this thing is cut absolutely perfect. The only thing wrong is something you can't even see here. There's a line that goes through just because that's the way they made the box. Now, someone online is selling the only PSA 9 for like, 70 grand, 50 grand, something insane, but they'll never get that. But this is nicer than that card. It has a little thing that you can't see because that's the way they manufactured it. But this card is cut out perfect. That right there, you can't help. That's the way the backs don't line up with the fronts. But the front is absolutely ridiculous. They gave it a 6. So therefore, I was able to buy it way cheap. Now, just like a lot of the older stuff that was hand cut, most of these things are just authentic. They're not even graded. So to have one that looks absolutely perfect, black borders, not a tip of white on the corners, dead centered, the most beautiful copy I've ever seen in my life. And you can see the differences there. We'll pull them up close. Obviously, this one's a tighter shot. This one's backed up where you can see more. And this one, the ball's up in the air and he's smiling a little bit more. This one, the ball's coming down and he's not smiling as much. But, taken at the same time, just a split second apart. But that is a rookie. 85 Donruss box panel. Who knows how they had the forethought to put them on there so early, but I don't know when those things were manufactured, but that's just amazing. So those two cards definitely go together. This one, modern, numbered to 50, blue foil. This one, something I've been trying to track down for a long, long time. And I'm glad they gave it a 6 because this thing should be a 9. And it would have cost way too much. So talk about an example of buy the card, not the grade. That may be my ultimate example. This one here, I've been trying to find forever. And I have 3 copies that I was going to send off. And this one popped up. I've been looking for years to try to find a 9 of this card. And I was going to send some off at some point. Dead centered on the back. Super nice card. It's the 89 Donruss, 59 and counting, Oral Hershiser. And this one's a 10. I would have settled for a 9, but I'll take the 10. I wanted a nice copy of this in my collection. They're always brutal. They're always off-centered. There's very few of these. Obviously, people aren't sending these in like they're sending the Griffeys in, but just the copies I've seen, they didn't make these very nice. And this era of cards is way harder to grade than people think. They think it's all junk, but it's very difficult, and high grades are awesome. But I always wanted this. I loved that record when he said it. And I love this card. Him juggling the balls there. 59 and counting. Finally got it. And I not only got the 9 that I've been trying to figure out how to get because no one has them, and I haven't sent any to be graded, and who knows if I get a 9 if I sent it and end up with a 10. This next one is a card kind of inspired by Double D Dylan Vintage Baseball Cards himself, Jim Abbott. I always loved Jim Abbott, and then when I heard the story about Dylan being inspired by him as a kid, this is that 2003 Topps retired set, and this is on card auto, and it's just a gorgeous card. I already love this set, but it's a certified autograph issue on card, and this one has a beautiful signature. It's perfect. It's dark, bold blue. You got the old California Angels logo there. Just an awesome looking card. These are chromium cards. They're just gorgeous. I love this set. I love the way it's laid out. But a great picture of him there. Got the portrait down here, and then that beautiful autograph. So I picked that up a while back. Just super, super cool card. And with Ohtani being in the news lately with 50-50 and, you know, going to the Conseco Home Run Derby and, you know, thinking about when he did 40-40 and 88, I went ahead and pulled these out. The 89 Fleer Speed and Power. When I was a kid, this was the only one I knew about. But obviously, Speed and Power, 40 steals, 40 home runs, Superstar Special. That's a PSA 10. So I thought that was the only Speed and Power back when I was collecting as a younger kid. But this was actually a callback to a couple of cards they made way back before, 1983 Fleer. So 1983 Fleer, they made a Speed and Power, but it was a set of cards, number 645 and 646. I'm lucky enough to have these two. And the Speed is Ricky Henderson. The Power is Reggie Jackson. So two separate cards. There's Ricky. And the cards don't have borders on the one side so that they fit together. Speed and Power. You can see like that. So they make up that one picture. Super cool dual card there. But the original Speed and Power Fleer, these are both PSA 10. So perfect 10s, Speed and Power. And then later in 89 for the 88 season, they made that Conseco Speed and Power because he did both for the first time ever, which was a really big event back then. It was super, super amazing. So I wanted to show these, all three 10s. So it's a pretty neat little triplicate trifecta there. But interesting stuff. I don't remember when I found out about these, but when I did, I was like, wow, they had Speed and Power a long time ago. I thought it was just a Conseco. But now for the main event, you may have seen a video I made about the most underrated card in the hobby. And in my opinion, it's this one with the Star Company Jordan getting so expensive. And there's about 3,000 of those printed. In a 9, they're going for, you know, almost $1 million and stuff like that. It's just craziness. And I talked about this Griffey, which is in 1988, and they distributed it into 89, so you have to call it 88, 89, but it's the Star Nova Edition promo. They only printed 100 of these. There's been about 60 of them graded, 61, something like that, graded ever. Who knows how many are out there. But there was only 100 printed to begin with. It's a rookie or a pre-rookie, however you want to look at that. It's got the yellow back. This is before they started putting on here only 100 printed that they would do later. But that's what the backs look like. I had that PSA 8 for a long time. Love that card, but when this one came across where I could try to buy it from this guy, I had to try. He made me what I thought was a solid offer, and I sold my 8 to get closer to being able to buy this. But I think this is the most awesome underrated card in the hobby. This will always be, to me, the ultimate Griffey card. But it's the 88-89 Star Nova Edition promo Griffey. And it's a PSA 9. So only 100 of them printed. There are 29s. There are supposedly 3 10s. I don't know who's got them. Never heard of them. Never seen them. Those kind of super rare cards, they just don't come up. But this is super rare. In my time knowing about this card for 30 plus years, I may have seen a couple 9s. But to finally get a 9 in my possession, which is the best one I'll ever have, I had to give up the 8 that I've had a long time and go with this one, because this to me is the most underrated card in the hobby. If you got 3,000 of those Jordans printed and 100 of these, and you know, Jordan's the GOAT in the 90s of basketball, this guy's the GOAT of the 90s in baseball. I just absolutely love this card. Super rare. I think there's one raw one on eBay right now for $2 grand. Who knows what you'll actually get? It's just a asking price. But they're super rare in any condition. I don't know what kind of offer that guy would take, but I want one of these in my collection. I finally got to where I could get a 9. And I would have been happy with my 8 forever, because like I said, they're just rare and awesome in any condition. But when that came available, and started talking to the guy and trying to make him a deal, and he finally accepted, and I was able to sell the other one to get a little bit closer, I did it in a heartbeat. So anyways, I hope you guys love this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I was able to upgrade a dream card, to me the ultimate Griffey of all time, and super happy about it. I've had it for a little bit, but wanted to wait for the right video to talk about it, and show it. But that's it. PSA 9 Star Nova promo. Super happy to have it. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for commenting and subbing and all that kind of stuff. We have the giveaway coming up this week, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So I appreciate everything, and until next time, thanks guys.